All right. So this has been a lot of fun. It's a hard transition to this. So this week has been the longest week in 2021 for me. And the way I want to sum it up is we basically interrupted the coverage of the trial for the murder of George Floyd to show you the body cam footage of the second lieutenant Karen Nazario being pepper sprayed while actually holding his hands up in the car, which was also interrupted by the accidental killing of Dante Wright, which was interrupted by the video where a white soldier pushed a young black man just walking through the neighborhood, which was also interrupted by the coverage of Adam Toledo, a young Hispanic male that was killed by police. I don't think I'm overstating when I say that Black and brown people just need a break just to breeze through the weekend. With all that's going on, I didn't even know what I wanted to talk about tonight, but I did want to expound on something serious because I know for myself, being a mother of two Black boys, that I am just so livid and upset about what's going on in this country. And I wanted to offer something because I know everyone's talking about it, but I wanted to offer something different. So anyway, long story short, I found this writer who had analyzed all this data of like past police encounters here in California. And he was pulling from multiple sources, but he noted that hate crimes in California are actually going down. And in the past few years, they've gone down significantly, which is good because it feels like as a Black person, you go out there on the street, like something's going to happen to you. So we at least know that citizen on citizen crime, when it comes to hate crimes, is definitely lower. But when he looked at the data, he noticed that at least 24% of those encounters with police did involve, when it came to Black people, batons being pulled, pepper spray, guns being drawn, et cetera, et cetera. One additional fact that he noted is that when it came to the arresting officer, their color didn't matter. So Black people are more likely to be approached with excessive force, using some sort of thing like, a taser, a gun, or what have you, by not only white people, but Black people as well. So we're talking about Black officers as well. And I've been here in LA for the past 15 years. I know a lot of folks are from LA. And, they've, people I've talked to have always talked about how LAPD has this, this reputation of terrorizing Black communities. But one thing that I feel is left out is that we have a large group of, there are tons of people who've had encounters with Black officers that have terrorized our communities as well. And I think that it's important for us to at least point out that while we have some white officers and other officers that are not, non-Black, that have these stereotypes that they put out there and that they're fearful of Black people, I do believe there's a subculture where in general, police are very much, aggressive towards Black people in general. And I believe also that because we don't reprimand those police officers for extending that, excessive force, that it's kind of like an okay thing. Like you can go and punch a young Black man, even if you're a Black man, because no one really cares about that little Black boy, but let that thing happen to a white boy and everybody like kind of straightens up and goes by the book. And so while I'm like terrified, seeing all this stuff happening, at the same time, I feel like when we see these videos and we see how just regular people, regular citizens are being treated, then we're forcing law enforcement to just take a look at how we view Black people in general. Do Black people really require the excessive force that we see exuded county after county, state after state? It's not just a white officer, it's an Asian officer, and it's a Black officer too. So it's a collective problem. It's not just white people versus Black people. It's how we view Black people in general. And I know that's not a popular attitude, but I wanted to put it out there because it's very real. I don't have anything poignant to add to that. I just really wanted to bring that up because I feel like every day there's been something, and I feel like we are not going to change it by watching these videos and writing comments. We need to have active conversations about this. And I just wanted to know what you guys' thoughts were.
All right.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. My thing is this. I agree with you 100%. My thing is this. I feel like it's the greater narrative. I feel like there's a greater narrative. I think that the so with the criminal justice system, you are the jails have to be. They signed legislature. Okay, I'm going to the Illuminati tonight. I don't know what y'all thought, but
Hey,
Willie Mack said the Illuminati is cast in the night, and I'm going.
hey.
So the so my
You
thing
letting me
is
cut
this,
my hair short? What do you think?
huh? I love it. I love
You
it.
know
I
it?
love it. I
You
used to I
know
cut mine
I
off too.
I love the short hair too. Does the Illuminati love it? I don't know.
I don't
I
know,
don't
but
know.
they're not casting for her because she get to wear dresses. They're looking for sexually ambiguous, and so we're gonna go with
Sexually
that because
ambiguous.
okay, but but to the topic, I do understand that the prison to pipeline thing is a reality. I do understand that the prison industrial complex, they have written legislature that says that if the prison is not 99% full at whatever given time, then the taxpayers have to pay the rest of whatever it is to fund that prison.
What?
So in order for the prisons to
Yeah.
be tax free,
Agree.
they have to stay full. And in order for them to stay full, they go out and they collect young black children, young black men, and fill the prisons, not only for the free labor that they're getting inside the prison, but to keep the community from having to pay for the prison. And they have trained us to hate us so bad that even black
Yes.
people are saying, well, if the boy didn't run, he wouldn't be dead. Running from the police is not a death sentence, as we saw with a man in Minnesota who drove his truck through three police cars,
Yes, he did.
took off driving with a police officer hanging from the car, and he will tell you about that in court when he goes to court next month or whenever he goes to court because he's going to tell about it. So let's not pretend like this is not an entire Rubik's cube of a judicial system set to keep white people out of jail and to keep the prison's industrial complex going by filling it with black bodies. That's the end all of it all. That's why they never shoot a black man in the chest. It's always a shot in the back because there's a law in the books from 1917 that says if a slave is trying to escape and you shoot him in the back to secure the arrest, then that is not murder because you were securing the arrest of a criminal who was fleeing. That's why the police handcuff dead bodies. Everybody's like, well, why are you handcuffing the person if he's already dead? Because in the paperwork, it will say that you secured the arrest when you handcuffed him, even though you use lethal force in order to secure that arrest. What we need to do is get those slave laws off the book, get the Jim Crow laws off the book, and then make police carry liability insurance so that if you kill another human being, the taxpayers are not the ones who are paying for that woman's child and for her pain, but it's coming out of your pension because there's no reason that a fucking overpaid crossing guard with a gun should be retiring with $1 million pension. You didn't make $1 million your whole career. Where'd you get $1 million pension from other than somewhere under the table? And
Auntie Mike Mizzle.
okay. I look.
It's,
What we not gonna
it's the
do?
mixed
What we
media for
not
me.
gonna do?
It's the mixed media for me. It's the fur, it's the bag, it's the passion.
Because I don't know what kind of car they're coming in. The Illuminati, they might come in a drop top. They might come in a school bus,
We don't
minivan.
know.
I don't know. I got to be ready. I got my
A
bag.
Tesla.
I got my
It
earbuds.
might be a Toyota Camry.
Okay,
It could be a
they might be
Tesla.
vegan.
A Tesla.
They might be vegan. I don't know if they like real fur or synthetic fur. I'm covered. I covered all the bases. Period. Point blank and end. So whenever let me know when Willie, let me know when they're downstairs because I'm ready to go to Illuminati because they got money and I need some money.